Welcome back. It's been a little while, as you can tell by the fuzz on my face. Uh, but we had things going on, and so I should be able to start doing these once a week. We'll see. But so tonight I thought I'd do something special because it's been a while, and I'm going to do some shrimp roses, and I'm also going to do some steak ones too. So we're going to start right over here. And I got just a couple little pieces of, what do we got here? This is old guy?
Petite sirloin.
Sirloin steak. So I'm just going to cut these into pieces like this. And make a few of them here. Okay, and just get these out of the way. I do have the shrimp, and we'll get to those in just a second. And this is not something that you can do like in a hurry, but you can sure do it ahead of time if you're having a party or whatever. Okay, so there's our meat. We got some shrimp here. Now we're going to marinate them both. And I got two different kinds of marinade we're going to go for here. We're going to do Southwestern Marinade, and we're also going to do kind of an Asian sort of marinade. So, all right, in here, come on, we'll back up over here, Mrs. Old Guy. We've got half a teaspoon of garlic. We're going to put that in there, and about a tablespoon of grated onion, a couple tablespoons of green onion, and a tablespoon of sugar. I'm going to put that in both of these. Okay, and then to that we have got three tablespoons of soy sauce, a quarter tablespoon of sesame seed oil, and a quarter teaspoon of sesame seed oil, and a quarter teaspoon of red pepper flake. And I will put all this in the description down below, so you don't have to try to remember all that. Alright, we got those in there, and now we're going to throw our shrimp in here. 2, 3, 4. There's half a dozen. Okay, and we're just going to kind of mix that around real well. Okay, now we're going to throw in our beef. We can do the same, do 6 of those. 4, and a couple more pieces. There's 6. And I should have left 1 out, but that's okay. We're getting the idea. I'm going to rinse my hands real quick. Now we're going to do the Southwestern ones. Alright. So Southwestern, we have got half tablespoon of cilantro, teaspoon of sugar, quarter teaspoon of red pepper or chili powder. Thank you, Mrs. Old Guy. We got some chopped jalapeno, some garlic, and a little bit of onion, and we're going to put that in there too. And like I said, all this will be in the description. Alright, and into that we're going to add roughly a tablespoon of lime juice. Okay, and add a little bit of oil. We got about a quarter cup here. I gotta get a little more. I'm just using canola oil. If you want to use olive oil, that's fine. Some other kind of oil. Okay. Put that in there. And you know what I did, Mrs. Old Guy? I put all the shrimp into the one, so I'm going to have to get some more shrimp. Give me just a minute. We'll come back, folks. Okay, well, we're working with a new camera, and we forgot to turn the camera mic back on, so sorry for the silence on that last little bit. I put in I forgot to add a little Tabasco sauce, and we've got the beef and the shrimp marinating in both. Now, if you want to do this, 30 minutes minimum to marinate these. Otherwise, overnight is okay, but if you're going to marinate the shrimp overnight, I would highly suggest waiting to put the lime juice in until maybe about 12 hours or so, because lime juice can cook it. So just so you know. Anyway, we're going to get on with it, and so I got to let this marinate, and we'll be back in, I don't know, a few minutes, and then we'll get the rest of this mess figured out. Okay, so now we're going to make some dipping sauces. You want to come in here, this little guy? We have got cilantro, chili powder, cayenne pepper, a little bit of garlic, and some sugar. We're just going to put that in there. Granulated garlic, or no, I'm sorry,
Onion salt.
That's onion salt, yeah. Granulated onion. And I also have half a teaspoon here of Better Than Bouillon chicken stock. You can use the powdered stuff if that's what you have. It's okay. And we're going to turn this on. Get that off. Let this start to get hot. That'll dissolve off of there. And we're also going to get the Asian sauce going. So I've got the garlic. I've got ginger. I also have some cayenne pepper, green onions, and the shredded carrot. Put that in here. Alrighty. Grab the soy and the cup. Just going to slide right here in this little guy. So I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons to quarter cup soy sauce. There we go. And I'm going to grab another equal amount of water. Alright. We'll get the burner on that. It's starting to come together here. Simple sauces. This part doesn't take terribly long. And I'm just going to get this up to a boil. And I will thicken it by adding just a little bit of cornstarch and about a teaspoon of water. I do have, I guess, roughly a teaspoon of cornstarch here. Add about that teaspoon of water to it. I don't want this super thick, but I don't want it as watery as it is right now. We want to stick a little bit to the shrimp roes, and we will get to actually making a shrimp roes here at some point. I promise you that. Alright, add that in. Give this a little stir. Mrs. Old Guy and I do this every once in a while for special occasions and so forth. And I thought, well, why not start doing some snacks? As a matter of fact, coming up, we're going to do some jalapeno snacks that you guys are going to probably like too. So, alright, this is just thick enough, and I'm going to do the same thing with this one, except I did need to add a tablespoon of sugar that I forgot to mention. That's okay. Add a tablespoon of sugar to that. And that's ready to boil, so I'm going to grab the cornstarch from there too. Teaspoon. That's done. Alright. because we want it, don't want it super thick, but just enough so it's gonna grab hold. All right, sauces are done. That's pretty quick. And this is old guy. I'm gonna have you shut off for right now, and we're gonna get set up to make shrimp roses. We're slowly starting to get this thing figured out. So. Okay, well, so I'm going to toast a little bit of coconut, and you'll see how that comes into play here in just a second. So, I guess I'll cut the bag open so I don't have it fly all over. Not going to need a whole lot. If you can find unsweetened coconut, that's going to work for you better, but it's hard to find these days. Don't need a whole lot. Just a little bit. That'll probably be plenty. I guess it couldn't hurt to have a little bit more. I'll eat it otherwise. Alright, so I'm just going to put that into a dry pan. Under fairly high heat. Gotta watch it. Because this is sweetened, it's going to burn really easy if you're not careful because of the sugar. So you want to get it hot, kind of put it on that heat. Get your pan hot. Stir it around, just kind of toss it. It'll start to brown here pretty quick. This is really great thing when you're having friends over for a party or whatever. I've made this for poker parties that I've had. Surprise the guys with a little shrimp appetizer. Toasting the coconut. See already? See how it's starting to turn brown? Doesn't take very long. Now that it's starting to brown, I'm going to just take it off the heat. And I'm just going to continue to kind of toss it here for a minute. The pan's already hot, so it's going to continue to cook. Toast. Alright, toasted coconut, just like that. We'll be back in a minute and we're going to do some more. Okay, we're going to make some shrimp roses. So I've got here some egg roll wrappers. Start with this. So you're going to take your egg roll wrapper and you're going to cut it. Whoops. Oh, get that picked up. You got to just cut them in half. Alright. Cut in half. And I'm going to make one of each right now, and then we'll come back when I get them all done. So for first thing we're going to do is we'll start with the Asian ones. We're going to take shrimp, start from the small end, just work your way up. Okay. Then you come over to your egg roll wrapper and rinse it over really quick. And to that we're going to add just a little sprinkle of toasted coconut, a few sesame seeds. I gotta get myself a little bit of water here. So a little water on the end here. And I took some regular bamboo skewers and soaked them in water with some green food coloring to help resemble the stem of the rose. Now we're going to roll these up like this. Try and seal it up right here, and on the bottom, pinching and twisting, and I'm trying to get that, make it sort of resemble a bud. Okay. Alright, see how that looks? And I'm going to do the same thing now with beef. Let's go ahead and get. Grab one of these beef ones. You can do this with any kind of meat you want. These marinades work great with beef, chicken, pork, whatever. So, okay, we got the beef. Again, we're going to add a little bit of toasted coconut, just a few sesame seeds. Get that end wet. Kind of turned my finger green, didn't it? Okay, I'll get this one out of the way. Roll that up in there, like so. You want to try and get that end wrapped around. Make it nice and tight. Okay. So, we're going to be back when we have all of these done, and I'm going to show you what happens from there. Okay, so we've got all the Asian ones done, and now I'm going to do one each of these Southwestern ones, and it's pretty much exactly the same thing. We're going to run that skewer through, put the shrimp on there, a little toasted coconut, and instead of sesame seeds, I got some very finely chopped jalapeno. I'm just going to put a little bit of sprinkle in there. A little bit of water on that end. And like I said, we want to get that bottom turned in. There you have it. Okay, so we're going to finish off the Southwestern, and then we're going to get to the next step. Okay, so we're coming into the home stretch. Now, the fun part, we're going to make these look like some roses. So, since I got seafood, I decided blue ocean, blah, blah, blah. So, the shrimp are going to get a coating of blue food coloring in water. Like I said, you can do this ahead of time and just have them in the fridge ready to go for when your guests arrive, and then you can cook them up and serve them hot. And it's also a good way to identify what meat you're eating. Turn this down. It's a good, you know, I mean, that way people know what they're grabbing, I suppose, right? Yellow for chicken, whatever, mix your colors. A couple more. And these are the Asian ones. Those are the Asian ones. I'm going to kind of spread them out a little bit. I don't want them to stick too much. Now I'm going to grab the blue and I'm going to add some more. So it's a little bit darker blue. Since I have two different kinds of shrimp, I still would like to be able to tell the difference because of two different flavors. So this is going to be a slightly darker blue. You'll definitely notice the difference when you take them out of the fryer. Okay, one more. Okay, slightly darker than the others. Now we're going to do the same thing with the beef, only I'm going to make them red, right, for red meat. And I'm going to start with the Asian. Now you can kind of see where these are starting to resemble kind of a rosebud. We're going to get these all done, and we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so we're all colored and ready to go, and I'm going to grab all of them. They're going right into the fryer. It's all set, ready to go. 350. We just got to get these going in here, and they will take about 3 minutes. All right, so we're going to be back in 3 minutes, and we're going to finally eat some of these things. Yeah. All right, well, we are all done. Come on around, Mrs. Old Guy. We're going to take a look at these beautiful shrimp roses. They turned out absolutely lovely, as you can see. And those are our portions for tonight. Usually it's an appetizer, and you'd only maybe get a couple apiece, but I wanted to show you what it looks like when you get a full bouquet. So I hope you try these. If you do, leave a comment down for me. I'd like to know how you liked them. If you tried something different with the marinade or sauce or whatever, hey, put it down there. I'd like to try it too. And if you're a little more careful than I am, you won't get your hands all green. Have a good time. We'll see you next time, and thanks for watching. Bye, everybody.